Hello my soccer universe for another Austrian Bundesliga unpacking video. We're getting close to the full 12, which was a goal for at least this season. Ideally I want to finish it this year, but honestly might not be realistic. But 10 we already have. Here comes number 11, and you have been watching either my channel Football Talk, you might have already seen it, and if you understand German and if you've watched my Lask Universum, then you might also have already seen this jersey. But before I reveal it to you on this channel, and let me say it, this one is really special. It's all about the printing. Let me take you back to the summer when we had our vacation, and yes, there's still some jerseys that are left over from summer in my office, which is kind of embarrassing, but I'm getting through them all. There are, after these two, there are only two left. The two that I'm unpacking, all the same team, and that makes it really, really special. But let me take you back to the summer. After we were in Italy, on the way home, I didn't want to drive 6 hours straight home and then, be tired and have to go to work the next day. I thought, yeah, let's make a stop in between, and then we decided, okay, let's spend 3 days in the holy land of Tirol, in the mountains. You know, in these hot summers, it's actually quite nice to cool off a little bit in the mountains. And so we stayed close to the city of Schwarz with the silver mine and so on. There was also the great lake, the Aachensee up there. So really cool stuff. But of course, this is relatively close to Innsbruck. And originally I wanted to stay in and around Innsbruck. My wife and I really like Innsbruck, and it's probably, after Linz, my second most favorite town in Austria. I just love it. It's right in the middle of the mountains. Boom, mountain here, mountain there. It's just amazing, Innsbruck in general, and the town itself is quite nice. But you know, we went a little bit further east, a little bit closer to home, so it was not that bad either. And this time we didn't make it to Innsbruck, but one thing that I really want to see is the Swarovski Crystal Worlds, because, you know, Swarovski is right from there, and this is a major attraction. And I have to say, the museum is actually quite interesting. The store afterwards, yeah, this was an Eldorado for my women, I have to say. And they all got a little thing. I mean, I treated, especially my girls, I said, you know, we're here, something special, you should get something. But I remember going out of this store, there is a team in Wattens, WSG Tirol, currently in the Bundesliga, so would fully qualify. And a week earlier they had even beaten Lask 4-2. It was still one of the most disappointing performances of Lask this entire season. We were actually on that day that they were playing. We were driving to Italy, and I passed by Innsbruck, and we were staying close to the stadium. I wanted to send all my good energies there. Well, probably should have stayed there, but wouldn't have worked out. In any case, I knew WSG Tirol is a team I don't have a jersey of yet, and main reason for that is, for me, there's only one team from Tirol, and that's Wacker Innsbruck, to be honest. And yeah, don't still have a Wacker Innsbruck jersey either. But WSG Tirol have done really, really good as of late in the Austrian Bundesliga, and they're going the Tyrolean way, and I really respect them for that. Unfortunately, they still don't have the stadium, so they have to play in Innsbruck to absolutely horrific crowds. I mean, if they get 2,000, that's a great game. They got twice 4,000 when they had Salzburg coming, and when they had Rapid coming, two teams that will always get a lot of people to that stadium. But it is a rather sorry story for what should feel like a feel-good story, and I really hope they can return to Wattens. But I remember exiting the Crystal Worlds, and I know WSG is the team that was originally associated with the workers at Swarovski. So I had a slim hope that maybe there's a soccer jersey there, and this season's jerseys are interesting, let's put it that way. But, of course, I didn't find one. I also saw that the offices for WSG Tirol were about to close, and I didn't necessarily want to go there. We had so many other things to do that, yeah, I said, okay, it's a little bit too sad, but now I will look on Willhaben. And if I find a nice WSG Tirol jersey, I will probably pounce. And for me, the big attraction of a WSG Tirol jersey is this absolute gorgeous name set printing that they have on there. It is Swarovski printing. It is absolutely wonderful. They have on the white jersey, they have the green sparkly print, and on the home jersey they usually have a silver sparkly print. Well, needless to say, I saw within a week of coming back on Willhaben, I saw a WSG Tirol away jersey that someone was selling for, I think, around 35-40 euros. And I said, well, maybe in tendency a little bit more, but you know, this is now the one that I want to take. There were all the pictures, and I could see it's actually very much match configuration with all the sponsor patches on there. And fun fact, if you order from WSG Tirol, you get only the main sponsor. You get the club logo, which I heard now is not actually the same as the players are wearing. Very interesting. But I saw all the patches on there. I didn't see a picture of the back, but the away jersey from last season. And that's where I'm also wearing the Lask away jersey from last season. That's also the only jersey from 23-24 season, only Lask jersey that I have. I think I have another one. Yes, I have the Blaues Linz jersey, also the Ried jersey, but they were in the second league. But the away jersey from last season was insofar interesting that it was something different, but it also was worn in Linz on a very crucial last-minute win. I've already unpacked it long time ago because I really need to get it, but it's a really overall nice-looking shirt. It's this dark blue number. It's all Puma. The Puma template, I think goalies were wearing this one as well. But I actually do like this dark blue on dark blue. And what I absolutely love is that it's really all the sponsors you want to have. I mean, yes, the Bundesliga logo up there is one of the most misplaced things, but this is happening so often. But I like Tiroler. This is an insurance company from Tirol. You have, of course, WSG Tirol in green and white with the Tyrolean eagle. This here is a car dealership. Then you have T-Work, which is the energy company from Tirol, so also kind of fitting in the Tyrolean color scheme. And then the Tyrolean newspaper, Tiroler Tageszeitung, also in green, so kind of fitting the whole thing. As I said, I had this reserved on Willhaben for me because I wanted to wait for the paycheck because we spent some money in August, and so the guy reserved it to me, and I say, if you reserve it, I even pay 5 more for you. It was going to charity, so I didn't really feel bad about that. And he even said there's some other one interested in. Don't know how true this is, but in any case, I decided, okay, for charity 5 more. But he didn't show me any back picture, and I should have asked for it. But I was quite sure that this is a legitimate jersey, and I wanted to be surprised. And let me show you. It was the most pleasant surprise, because not only were all the patches that are in league play, and each of those cost 10 euros extra. Again, something that we have to talk about. But it did have the silver print on the back. Number 15, I mean, no name, but I was so happy and relieved when I saw this one. There's also for Tirol another sponsor on there, so it's really very Tirol. But just look at the silver print. The styling is, of course, the Barcelona print from the early 2010s, but all in silvery colors. It's very heavy print to be honest. It's quite some plasticity, but it's so Swarovski. I absolutely love that I have a jersey with the silver print on there. This is unique. I think this is the most unique lettering style in the world, and it's right here from Austria, and it fits so well because it's not only Swarovski. Close by is the city of Schwarz, which was the capital of silver mining in the Middle Ages, so also from that point of view it really fits. Would I have liked a player name on top? Potentially, because it's always sparkly, but I was so happy to get this, I cannot tell you. And yes, I told my wife, when I told her that I didn't want to look at it and I want to be surprised, she said, I understand, but you took a risk there. I said, yeah, but this was a very calculated risk. And I think paying a rough 40 bucks for that and having all the sponsors and a full Bundesliga configuration on this shirt was really good. This is, of course, the Puma dry cell, and since it's a template, this is also just, the logo is also just a plastic transfer. Everything here is plastic transfer, which is maybe the small disappointment. For once, I'm not leaving the front up there, I'm leaving the back, because the silver print, it's just a silver print, and it's so cool, or the crystal print as they call it. But this is one thing that I didn't like, and when I say disappointment, not really, honestly, it's just smaller clubs, you usually have a plastic transfer that goes easy. But the one downside is it's not a home jersey, and I usually like to have home jerseys. And yes, there are some teams in Austria, actually one team where I only have an away jersey, which is Altach, and a weird one at that. So, the things that one can improve. But I really would like to have a home jersey, and wouldn't you know it, just in the first week of September, someone was selling a WSG home jersey from the same season for just 20 euros. Of course, in a much more bare bones fashion. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna buy it. I transferred the money, and unfortunately then it took over a week before the seller was selling it or sending it, and to the point where I already thought I'm getting duped here, and I had to write to him, you know, I am not in a hurry, but if you don't send this soon, I have to assume that you have cheated me, and I have to go to the police for that. Immediately sent it that one, and 2 days later I had the home jersey. And that one actually surprised me then too a little bit. So it's the home jersey from the same season, and you see a whole lot less logos. It has the Bundesliga logo, which is already pretty cool, but it doesn't have the main sponsor logo. And honestly, at the beginning of the season and when you see the promo pictures of the jersey, there is no sponsor on there. It's also a Puma template. Yeah, this is a plastic transfer. It's also a Puma template, and it has this interesting pattern on there, and it's, you know, a darkish green, which I actually do enjoy a little bit, and the back is blank for now. But what really surprised me, that this is not the dry cell that this jersey is, this is actually UltraWeave. So this is the player specification version for 20 euros, including shipping. Whew, I was actually quite happy with that one. Not that I'm gonna necessarily wear it, but I was really surprised about that one. Now, of course, I also would like to have a silver print on this jersey, and let me hang it up before I tell you that story. And so I wrote an email to the club but never received an answer. I will potentially try again. Maybe there's a silver print in there, because I would love to have this printed. I wouldn't necessarily go for all the sponsors, but at least having a player back there would be really nice. But yeah, this is team 11 out of 12 from the Austrian Bundesliga that are playing in the 25-26 season in the Austrian Bundesliga. The only one that's missing is GRK, currently the last place team, but a giant in the overarching story of the Austrian Bundesliga. And they had some really nice shirts from Macron. If you have seen my Austrian Bundesliga jersey reviews from 24-25 and also from 25-26, you will see they have really nice jerseys, and I think one of those should come my way relatively soon. I kind of missed the exact point when they were selling last season's home shirt, which I was so and so about, to be honest. But yeah, I missed when my size sold out, and I didn't want to spend over 50 for it, but in hindsight I probably should have done it, because GRK jerseys I don't find cheap, honestly. But yeah, for now I'm completing my vacation jerseys with these two WSG Tirol jerseys from the past season. We have the away jersey and we have the home jersey. I'm really pleased with those, and yeah, I know that when last played them, they always played in their home shirt. Away from home they played against the green version, and at home they played against the dark blue version. Go figure. But I'm really pleased, and maybe there will be another silver print coming soon. I will definitely inform you when I make another unpacking and if this has materialized in a future video. In any case, please let me know what you think about these two jerseys. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I'll talk to you soon about more things in my soccer universe. Bye!